there, Melanie McElroy from McElroy Farms, and I'm here to talk about one of the steaks in our craft butchered beef share, the ranch steak, because a lot of these cooking tips will apply to several of the family steaks that come in our shares.
So the ranch steak comes from the arm of the beef. It is basically the tricep muscle. So as you can imagine, as it's walking around, it's doing a lot of work, and that ensures a much more deep beefy flavor versus like the tenderloin, which doesn't move and it's very lacking in flavor. So we're gonna have a little bit more texture to deal with, but that's okay. We like to chew our meat, and it's gonna be a great steak. In a grass-fed, we're gonna have a much leaner cut, and it's going to cook a lot faster because of that. We're going to pan sear it, which is one of my favorite ways to cook a steak. So we're gonna open it, dry it off, salt it really heavily, and then just throw it in the pan, a couple minutes each side, and it'll be ready to go. So the pan is on the flame, it's getting hot. We use tallow here. It is one of the best ways for that whole animal approach. It is the suet that is rendered down, taking all the impurities out, and it's got a very high smoke point, so it's great for searing steaks. So we're salting very heavily. You can see a nice coat.
That is a lot of salt.
And then a little bit of fresh pepper. Always pat it down. So the steak is in the pan. We're not going to touch it. We're going to leave it alone. Let it do its thing. You can see on the side, the meat is starting to turn brown. As it gets about halfway up, we're going to flip it over. Usually takes just a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and give it a little look. Nice brown crust. And do it again. You can just kind of stick down on it. It's got a lot of give to it. Still pretty rare. This steak we want to take it to about a medium. If there is some connective tissue we want to break down a bit. So we're going to let it go just a little bit longer. You can see it's nice and flat now. The first flip, they kind of curled up because the muscle is all tensed up. So now they're kind of loosening up a bit and flattening out. So we'll get a nice even crust on it. Okay, we're getting ready to pull it off now. And of course we're going to let it rest a good 5 minutes before we slice into it.
Okay, so we are letting our steak rest. It's been about 4 minutes.
Just about. So when you cook it on high heat, the muscles tend to firm up and all the juices want to come out. So what we're doing is letting that rest, letting the muscles kind of relax back, and let the juices kind of come back into the meat. And it'll ensure a nice juicy steak.
I want to cut in right now.
So it's
it smells amazing.
Please be patient with your steaks.
This is not what I'm good at.
So when it comes to slicing, we always say cut against the grain, right? But not every steak has one solid grain going the same way. This is very evident in the ranch steak, where we have a muscle group here going one way, and on the other side we have a bit of a mixture. So we're going to kind of just cut it in half and approach them in two different ways. So we're going to cut it in half, move this off to the side, and as you can see here, we have this nice, beautiful medium.
Let us know if you have any questions about cooking any of our products from the beef share or from any of our items in our shop. I think this one passed the test.
Sure did.
Our craft butchered beef shares are available at McElroyfarms.com. They're in the featured products section right on the homepage.
Cheers. It's a legendary steak legend, a Miss Legend.
It's a beef legend.
A beef legend. There's a pun here we're working on, okay?
We'll figure it out.